Hey y'all. So my last vid on iTunes, YouTube did its thing and suggested a bunch of iTunes tutorials, and I found a very odd thing. iTunes tutorials will teach you how to make playlists, but when it comes to playlist folders and more importantly to smart playlists, they're like hand waving it and telling you not to worry about it, that it's really designed for DJs and not for casual users. And I don't know about casual users, but we're fangirls, and especially in Supernatural fandom, music is a big part of our fandom. We listen to music when we write fic. We listen to music when we read fic. We listen to music when we're studying. We listen to music when we're running. We're a music-based fandom, or at least my portion of it is. So I decided to make a vid about this because, yeah, I have opinions and people are wrong on the internet. Deal with it. So the bit with iTunes, it will organize and filter your music pretty much if you think of them like tags on AO3 or Tumblr. So for me, when I am doing mixes, I like to put the username of the mixer as album artist. I like to put the name of the mix as the album name, and I like to put the fandom as the genre. Some people also like composer and comments instead of these fields. Go for it. iTunes also has these weird little love or not love that I tend to use for these are the earworms that are currently haunting me, and then the ratings 1 to 5. Now, obviously, if you don't like a song and you are going to rate it from 1 to 5 and you are only going to give it a 1 star, why do you have this in your library? You wouldn't. But you can use the ratings however you want them. Maybe 1 is really mellow and maybe 5 is really upbeat. Maybe 3 are your earworms, or maybe loved with 3 but not loved with 3, that these mean 2 different things. Whatever little categories you do. The thing that is most important is that you know how you categorize them, and once you know how you categorize them, you can grab them really quickly out of your library, make a playlist, and go. So, first we're going to talk about the playlist folders. Now, as you make playlists, iTunes puts them in alphabetical order, and that's not really handy, because, here's Bucky, here's Captain America, and, Steve and Bucky's way down here. You want to put them together. So to make a playlist folder, you're going to go new, playlist folder, and you're going to type in what you want to call it. I'm going to call one fans. And now up here above the playlist, I have a little folder called fans. And I can take and I can drag and drop my playlists and put them into folders. And we can do happy, and we can do not so happy, and we can grab this one, and so on and so forth. It's drag and drop. Now if I click on this playlist folder, it's showing me all the songs that are in all of the playlists that are in the folder. From this folder, I can do new playlist folder, and I can call this one happy. And I can put in another one, and I can call this one "Oh So Bitter," because yeah, I am getting too old for the fandom. So then I can drag and drop things into these folders, or I can just leave them alone. And then again, if I'm clicking on this folder, I'm seeing all the songs in all the subfolders in all the playlists. If I click on this folder, it's just showing me all the songs in this subfolder. And if I click on this playlist, it's just showing me that playlist. Yeah, I realize this is not mind-blowing. This is how folders work for everything. So, but just to give you an idea of how I did it, I don't have any Supernatural playlists on this particular computer, but this is basically how it goes on my main computer. I have Supernatural-related fandoms, and inside of that I have Dark Angel and Gilmore Girls, because those are the shows that we watch just because the boys were in them. And then under Supernatural, I have Hunters, Monsters, and Winchesters. Under Winchesters, I have brothers Dean and Sam. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sam is 5 folders down, and if there's a bottom to the rabbit hole, I haven't found it. So I don't have, as I said, I don't have any Supernatural playlist on this right now, but I am just going to, make some. Just drag and drop a bunch of stuff in here just so I have... Come on. Just so I have something to play with when we do the next piece. Okay, so that's playlist folders. Are you thrilled? Yeah, I didn't think so. So now we're going to get into the smart playlist. So say I just want to grab music because I'm going to be writing Dean. Now, when we were looking at these songs, we were saying, oh my God, we tagged it all sorts of ways. So I have a mix, and let me go to edit the playlist. And I have it where anything in the music that is labeled with an album artist Giggling Cat, to put it in this mix. I never have to tell it again. It has what they call live updating, so it will constantly update this folder. And I create permanent smart playlists, and I use them to sync my phone wirelessly. So the way you do this, and you can do multiple filters at once. So I can say, I want a new smart playlist. And this is where, again, nobody cares how you tag your stuff as long as you know where you put it and you know what it means. So I can say, I want to see album artist, because that's where I put the mixers, and I want to put in Giggling Cat. And you can limit up to 25 items, and you can take off live updating, in which case it will only update when you open the playlist if you're not going to update wirelessly, and especially if you're having trouble with iTunes freezing on you when the application is in use. But I leave it on. And I'm going to add, and I click that little button and it adds another one, and I'm going to say, I put the fandom in genre, so I'm going to say the genre is Supernatural. And I'm going to call this my SPN mixes. Sorry, my mouse disappeared for me on there. So here's all my SPN mixes. And I can then, you can tell the difference between a smart playlist and a normal playlist. The smart playlist has these gears. You can drag and drop them just like any other playlist into folders. So that's stuff that I set up beforehand. So now say you're writing fic, or you're reading fic, and it's a angsty Dean fic. And when we were in songs, we decided that, say, one star was mellow fic, or we just want to hear the earworms that we have going with Dean, or we just want loved that was going with Dean, whatever it is. We're going to do a new smart playlist, and you can also tell it where to look. Now, right now it's saying match music. You can also say playlist. The playlist is the entire music library by default, but you can narrow that down. You can say, I just want to see the Brothers folder, because this is angsty fic that I'm reading or writing, and I want to see where the star is 1. There are your songs. And you can just say Angsty Boys. And you hit play and you can read your fic and life is good. That's it. That's the whole thing that they think is way too complicated to go into in tutorials. I don't know why. It's essentially tagging. and you can grab it on the fly, and you can say, no, I just want edit the smart playlist, so we can go into it. I want the playlist from these folders, or you can just say, we're going to delete this, and to delete something, we're just going to hit the little minus. And I just want to see where I loved the album. You click on that, and here are all the fan mix, the albums that you've clicked the little heart on. And let me show you what I mean by that. So this album, the same way you have little hearts by the song titles, you actually have hearts on the album themselves. And again, go back to edit the smart playlist. You also have where you loved the song. And if I go to view as songs, here are all the songs I currently have with the little heart checked off on them. And again, it's your tags, it's your system. Any field that you can edit, it will create a smart playlist around. So go forth and tag your music and grab it and use it the way you need to use it. Don't let these people tell you that, oh no, it's for DJs. That is the stupidest thing ever. And I will talk to y'all later.